Studios. This is Plugged In.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. How are you guys doing? We are on episode 15 of Plugged In with April. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday. We sure are. Looks like we've got Tracy in Arizona. Welcome in. Scott Nightingale, Shelly McVeigh. I appreciate you guys joining us tonight. We've got a great show lined up and we are excited for this. Guys, we are 54 days from mischief and mayhem in Vegas. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Still planning out all the stops before we get there. Looks like we're going to be spending a little bit of time in Arizona, probably around the Grand Canyon, Williams, Arizona. Lots of fun things to do in that area that we have clearly missed the last couple of times that we have been in. So I'm super excited about that. Yes, Tracy, we are live from Mike and April Studios, guys. It's just been a great week. Mike's done a little bit more, let's say, quality to the studio. That's a good word for it. He's got us a new camera, looks like. We've got some more lighting in here. So each week he just keeps adding and adding, and hopefully the product looks good on your end. We're certainly looking forward to tonight's show. Welcome in, Little Dutchie. Gracie, hello. Welcome in. Hope you had a great weekend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Pop Pop is in the house as well. Sherry, thank you for joining us. I'm just looking in. Valerie is here as well. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the love. So, did you guys see the poll at the beginning of the show? Did you guys vote? Curious to know what you think, guys. Are you excited about having new and upcoming resorts and hotels and casinos coming to the strip? Do you like the idea of them renovating or tearing down some of the older ones and bringing new ones in? Well, what do you think? Or do you just clearly avoid the strip altogether and go straight to Fremont Street? Just going to get your opinion on that because we're going to kind of talk about it a little bit. Hashtag Mike Matters. Well, you're going to get to see Mike here in just a little bit, guys. He has got something planned for you. It'll be exciting. I was outside just a minute ago taking care of the dog, so it looks like my glasses are starting to lighten up a little bit. You like the old Vegas? Yeah, me too. I like the old Vegas vibes as well, Scott. Um, there's so much going on with the Oakland A's and what they're trying to do. And every week it's something new. And it just kind of, came to me as, do people want to see the Tropicana? Do they want to see this torn down and a baseball stadium there? There's just so much going on. And the Fontaine Blue is coming up at the north end of the strip, right? That's kind of cool because there was nothing really there, and it's taken them several decades, right, to get that up and going. So I was just trying to get a feel of what you guys are thinking and what you prefer. Like, I love the Flamingo, right? I love to stay at the Flamingo if I can get in the Habitat Tower and get a renovated room. Otherwise, you can forget it. I don't want to stay there. But I like the vibe. I like the way the building looks. I love all the neon lights outside, just the old flamingo sign, and I know you can go to the graveyard, the neon graveyard, and you can see all of those things. Kelly Bell, not a fan of the push for non smoking. That's a big thing too, right? So there's a big push for non smoking in the casinos. I don't foresee that ever happening in some of the larger establishments. I know here at our local casino, they have done like individual non-smoking areas, which is great. But I don't think that they can get rid of complete just non-smoking. And if you're a non-smoker and you want to go to a casino, the Park MGM right now is your best bet because it is all non-smoking there. But to get back to the Flamingo, right? I enjoy the lights. I enjoy going there. I enjoy seeing it. It makes me feel like what I see in the movies in Hollywood of what Vegas is like and those types of things. When I see like the Cosmo, you love the modern Lisa. Well, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. When I see some of the hotels, in my opinion, like the Cosmopolitan, coming up. It's been a great addition to the strip. It truly has. But I just don't want it to become more of these tall New York building structures, architecture kind of things. I like the smaller feel for Vegas. Like I love it. Like the Casino Royale, right? I love going in there. I wouldn't. I don't think we've ever stayed there. I don't think I'd ever stay there, but I like to pop in there and play some of their games because they have that old Vegas vibe. They have all of these different slot machines in there that you can play, and they're the older machines. I mean, towards the back, very back and to the right, if you were walking in, they have a whole section of nothing but the old machines, $2 max bet. I love it. Shelly McBay, I've gotten used to Fremont Street. It's nice to be able to walk to many casinos. And that's a great point about Fremont Street, right? You have lots of food options. You have lots of live free entertainment. So I certainly see the draw to Fremont Street. Kelly Bell, you love the Flamingo as well. I love it. It's one of the classics. It's probably in my top two or three to stay at. I love the habitat out there. It's beautiful. It's the old Vegas vibe to me. Um, I don't care for the pool. We've talked about that in the past. It's just too much of a party place for me at this age that I am in. Now, if my kids were going to Vegas, I would definitely recommend that they go to the party pool at Flamingo because that's their style, right? Back in the day, I loved to go to the Flamingo pool. Not anymore. I prefer to do other things. Like I am so excited about this summer. I am working on our itinerary and I've actually got a couple of, I think, 2 days slotted for pool days. Last time we did this, we got a cabana for free actually at Bally's before it got switched over. We were able to use our points and get a free cabana, which was wonderful. And I've actually kind of slotted in our itinerary for having 2 pool days. And I've done a lot of research this week on the Cromwell. So we know that it's a nightclub and it's that beach nightclub, and they've got the live DJs, Thursday through Sunday. But actually, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday during the day, it appears to be a very quiet pool. This hotel only has 188 rooms, so I'm really looking forward to this. Kelly Bell, I prefer Fremont Street because the street performers stay in their circle. I don't get harassed as much as I do on the strip. I agree with you on that, right? We can walk down the strip. People are handing you keychains or bracelets or their CDs, or they wanted you to take a picture with them. And all of that costs, guys, it is not free. I'm a people watcher too. And so at Fremont Street, right, they're in their circle. You approach them, they don't approach you. I do think Fremont Street is a little bit more of a risk. Like it definitely is not a place for kids. Did you get your own pool boy? I had Mike as my pool boy. That's funny, Pop Pop. We really enjoyed that day at Bally's. It was really a great day. We had our room wasn't quite ready. We had checked out of one hotel. We were waiting to get into another. And they stated, hey, you can go and hang out at the pool. So we went over there and the bathrooms were large enough and they had private stalls that we were able to change into our swimsuits. Came out, asked, noticed that a bunch of the cabanas were empty. And I just said, hey, how much would it be for a cabana today? Because it was super hot. It was last July. And they were like, oh, no, I think it was September. I'm sorry. It was in September. And they're like, oh, well, we can get you a cabana. And they looked it up. And then they're like, oh, with your points, it could be free for today. So it was a lot of fun. We did have a pool boy with our level. Oh, yeah, yep, yep. You're funny, Mike. You're very funny. We had a great time, and the servers were on point. They kept bringing us refilled water bottles that were in buckets of ice. As soon as those were gone, they'd bring us more. We had a couple of beers. We hung out. The music, there wasn't a live DJ, so the music was not as loud. That's more my speed. So I am really looking forward to July. We're going to be at the Palms and we're going to go down to the pool there. Then we are also going to go to the pool at the Cromwell. And with only 188 rooms and during the day it not being open and people paying to get into this nightclub live DJ party happen in place, I think we're going to have a great day. I really do. I'm excited about it and I can't wait. Got lots of things planned. Big stops in Williams. I just think it's going to be a lot of fun. Kelly Bell, I haven't gotten to do a pool day in Vegas, sadly. We're never there more than 3 days. And Kelly, I agree with you. We have gone into Vegas for 4 days at some points, and it is really hard to find a pool day because you just don't want to miss out on anything. So where is the Longhorn? All right, Valerie, the Longhorn is actually on Boulder Highway. So if you're familiar with Vegas at all, you're going to find this over by Sam's Town, by what used to be the East Side Cannery, which I love the East Side Cannery. I don't think they've reopened it. I stayed there one time, never set foot in the property, and they gave me the presidential suite when we got there. That was a lot of fun. And man, that was like, I want to say in 2013, 2014. It was a long time ago. But it's over on Boulder Highway. And those casinos there are known to actually pay out more. So for us, like when we go to the to see Jay and we watch him play, and he's doing his slot lizards live for you guys on Wednesday and Saturday nights, we always pop in, and I save a lot of my money to play there because it does really well. You know, it hits the payback, just seems to be better there. Um, and as he talked about last night on his show, the perks are wonderful. Like our friends went, and I never got a card just because I didn't. We walked in and we were so busy, but our friends actually got a card and they got to spin the wheel several times, and that is the most I've ever seen. My friend's husband actually sit down at a machine and play. Like every time I turned around, he was sitting at the same machine. It was playing and it was paying very well. He just had a great time, and I think that's the most I've ever seen him sit down and play machines. Usually it's Michelle and I that play a whole bunch. So it was interesting to see how much he enjoyed it. And we told him beforehand, we're like, look, if you don't guys don't want to go with us, we're going to go hang out with Jay. We understand it's not the nicest casino. And we got there, and on our lift ride back, he was telling us that actually he enjoyed it. He wanted to go back to the casino and play some more. So all of those casinos along Boulder Highway are known to pay out better, you guys. So if you have a rental car, if you can get away over to Boulder Highway to any of those casinos, then there's probably good four or five right in that same vicinity. You can go and you could spend the whole day there casino hopping. Kelly Bell, all the vlogs I've ever seen said the locals don't play on the strip. I'm not sure if that's true, though. That is very, very true. So we asked Jay when he was on here, I guess about a month ago, and for them to go down to the strip, first of all, they have to pay for parking. And there's no perks for them because they are locals. They don't get the perks that they do playing off the strip, right? Which is the in-depth detail that he went into last night with why he plays at the Longhorn and the Bighorn. And so for them to go downtown, first of all, they have to deal with all of the traffic. Then they have to park and then they go in. And there's no guarantee that they'll be okay to film there if they're a YouTube channel. But it's true, I don't think a lot of locals go to the strip. Now, if I lived in Vegas, for I would say I would go to the strip because I love the strip. But you know, if you've been there for a while, once you get acclimated and you explore the outer skirts of it and all the other casinos that Vegas has to offer, then I can see why they do not go to the strip because there is a lot to do outside of Vegas, like just on the strip or Fremont Street. I have done so much research for this road trip that we are taking, and we are spending a lot of time off the strip. We're going to hit up a couple of really good local restaurants, and a couple of we're going to go to the tiki bars. I want to give y'all my review and my take on all the different tiki bars. As you know, we went to the Golden Tiki. We have that video if you want to check it out. I loved the place. I love the decor. We talked about this last week. I love the drinks. I love the vibe. The waitress we had, oh my gosh, she was so nice to us. And I can't imagine any of the other tiki bars even being that high for my expectation. So we will see because we plan to do a bar crawl and go to the different tiki bars and give y'all feedback on what to do there. So I highly recommend if you go and you're there for a couple of days in Vegas, rent a car when you get there, like we talked about last week. Don't rent it from the airport. You can rent it from many of the hotels there on the strip. Rent a car for the day and get off the strip and get off of Fremont Street and see what there is to offer. I mean, they've got kayaking, they have beautiful lots and lots of different destinations that you can do. Hiking is just gorgeous there. So that is what we plan to do a lot of for our upcoming trip to show you what's outside of the strip. Now, don't get me wrong, because we are going to be on the strip, but we are taking our car, so we'll be able to drive and do these things and have fun. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be fun. I'm super excited about it. Is that the live you do to watch the race? I don't know what you mean, Pop Pop. Is that the live you do to watch the race? Are you talking about when we did the marathon, the rock and roll marathon? Because we did go live for that. But I'm sorry, drop your comment, Pop Pop, because I don't understand your question. But so I'm excited. We're going to rent a car. We're driving straight from Texas all the way, to Vegas. We're going to do lots of pit stops. We're going to spend a great amount of time in Arizona in the Williams area, Grand Canyon area. It's just going to be beautiful. I can't wait. I can't wait to give y'all a room review there in the Grand Canyon at the cabin that we rented, which is right on the rim. That's what they say. So we'll see. Super excited about all of that. But I just kind of wanted to get your feel for what you thought about the new Vegas coming along and go, and just kind of get a feel for, are you a Fremont person? Do you love the strip? Do you even go off the strip when you're there? Because if you're not going off the strip, you need to book you some more time when you go into Vegas and spend some time off the strip. And Valerie, I want to tell you, one probably in episode 9 or 10, we talked about when you take a cab. So you can get a cab and you can take it off of the strip to pretty much anywhere you want, right? However, just be aware, getting a cab to take you back to the strip is going to be super hard to do. They don't want to leave the strip area. They don't want to drive out to pick you up because there's nobody in their car and their cab fare doesn't start until they pick you up and then taking you back to the strip. So I highly recommend using Uber or Lyft when you want to go off the strip itself, especially their Boulder Highway. If you don't, you're going to be waiting about 2.5 hours to get a cab back to the strip. And we learned that when Phil Bogo, we met up with him Thanksgiving last year, I believe it was. No, it was in February. We met with him in February, and we all were at the Longhorn, and it was hard for him to get a cab back to the strip. He was staying at the Park MGM. So that is what you were talking about, Pop Pop. Yeah. So the Rock and Roll Marathon was a lot of fun. I hope that we get to go again next February because I truly, truly did enjoy that. Welcome in, Brian. How are you? Hope you're doing great. Just a little late. It's okay, Brian. We're just kind of getting started here. Anyways, guys, so we started this whole thing last week where we talked about it, about having our drinks and everybody asking me all the different types of drinks that I have during the show. So I have a new segment that we have because hashtag Mike Matters. So before we cut to Mike and let him show you how to make this video, you guys, we'll talk about it when we get back. But this is the drink of the week. It is so awesome. I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's take it over to Mike for this portion, and I'll meet up with you right here when he is done.
Hey guys, this is Mike. Today we're going to make a classic mojito. What you're going to need to start with is your Collins glass. You're going to get some fresh mint. I got these from Tammy and Lonnie from work and came right out of their garden. This stuff is amazing. It's really fresh. It has a great smell. You're going to use probably about 6. You can add more or less, however much of the mint taste you want. And then you're going to take your lime, cut it in half, then you're going to quarter it. I want this piece. You're going to take 2 of the quarters, put it down, grab your muddler, and kind of mix it together a little bit. You're going to smell the aromas coming off from the mint. Don't want to do it too much, but you want to kind of break that down, and you're going to get some of the oils off of the rind of the lime as well. Then you're going to add your simple syrup. We made this last night. You can use regular white sugar. We We actually ordered this online, and it's the Demera sugar, and it's a little harder to find. You can find it on Amazon. It just has a little bit nicer flavor, a little richer. You don't want to do too much though, because it's pretty potent. It's made 50-50, 50% of the sugar to the water. You just boil it down. Just takes about 5 minutes to make. So we'll do that. We're going to put 2 more of our limes in. Mix that together. Start getting a good juice going. Alright. So now, you're going to add your white rum. Tonight we're going to use Bacardi. We're going to do 2 ounces. You might find this to be a little bit too strong. My wife definitely finds 2 ounces a little too strong, but that's what the recipe calls for. So you can draw that back a little bit if you want. Then you're going to just kind of stir it up a little bit, kind of mix all that together. Get it good. Bring the leaves up a little bit. You're going to add some ice. We just have crushed ice tonight. Normally I'd have some bigger cubes. We ran into a freezing issue today, so we're just going to go with this. Okay. Now, top it off with club soda. Give them a little mix. I'm trying to bring some of those leaves up for presentation. Oh yeah, that looks great. Then you're going to take some more of your fresh mint, put it in there. You've got a classic mojito. Enjoy!
Well, guys, what did you think? Look at that. He did such a fabulous job making my mojito. I love it. It tastes so good. Scott, you can come on over and we can make you a mojito as well. He does a really great job. And the fact that the mint is fresh, right? It came right out of the garden from our friends. It is absolutely to die for. We had a few of these last night, and I think he made one that was a strawberry one. So stay tuned next week or a couple of weeks for that one. And then, of course, we had my go to Hershey's chocolate martini. But, anyways, guys, this is delicious. If you want, check out the recipe, try it at home. It's very refreshing. It's summertime now, pretty much. It's hot everywhere. And this is very refreshing. Something I've actually never had before, and I really do enjoy it. Dang, you got that drink fast. That's greatness, Tracy. So I want to tell y'all, right? So Mike does not get in front of the camera very often, and he is probably going to kill me for telling y'all this, but it was so much fun to do role reversal. And I was filming him, and he was the one behind the camera. And the amount of times that we stopped and started over, or something funny was said, or I was being funny on the other side of the camera, and he was just laughing his butt off and couldn't keep his composure during it, was awesome. I felt like I got a little bit of uh, I don't know. I just want to, it's just funny because he's always telling me, "Hey, make sure you say this," and "Oh, you forgot that," and it's just retake after retake sometimes. And so it was so much fun to be on the other side of the camera and telling him, "You need to smile. You need to look at the camera. Oh, you forgot to say this, or you didn't say this right," and we had to do the take over again. I absolutely loved being the director for once. It was so much fun. Sean S., but I have to remind Mike to make your chocolate martinis. You did have to remind him last night, and I appreciate that. This mod gig that he now has, my Saturday night drinks are not flowing as freely as they normally do. But it was fun making the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We thought that whatever I'm drinking for this show, that we would show you how he makes it, and because he's very good at being a mixologist. I guess we'll call him that now, Mike the mixologist. I kind of like that. But it was just a lot of fun. It was great to see him on the other side of the camera, watching him in action, and You did a great job, babe. I appreciate it. Everybody seems to enjoy it. So good job. Good job. Lisa, I can't drink Bacardi rum anymore due to my senior year. Oh, did you party too much with that? Is that what it is? That's funny. ABF, Tracy in Arizona. Thank you. Yeah, guys, it's been a lot of fun. I hope y'all enjoyed that video. We kind of want to keep doing something like that for you. You're the big fan of the classic pina colada. We should try the pina colada. We have not made that one. We a couple of years ago, I invested in some really nice martini glasses and went through this martini phase. And I do too, Sean S. I love seeing Mike in front of the camera. I love it. But we made all these fun, different types of martinis. And I told him I'd like to see him, make some of those for the show because they're really fun. They're very colorful. They're very tasty and tasteful. And so I'm kind of excited about that new little segment, and we'll keep that going if you guys definitely liked it. Mike is the new Al Ruddy. That's greatness. I love it. So, guys, I really hope that y'all enjoyed that because it was a lot of fun putting him in front of the camera for once. And he did a great job. I think we only had to do 3 takes, maybe 2. And it was just, some of it was just lighting. It wasn't necessarily anything that he did. But now we've got some bloopers coming along that we can add for him. Mike's going to be in Cocktails and Dreams too with Tom Cruise. I would watch that maybe. A, because Mike is in it, and A plus because Tom Cruise is in it. I'm putting that out there because, Tom Cruise, I don't think the guy ever ages at all. Never, ever, ever. But all right, so let's get down to business, guys. That was a fun segment. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up button and let us know in the comments if you like that section of the podcast that we are doing, because we are always looking for new ideas, looking for fun. You guys asked about the drinks last week, so we thought we'd throw it in there and give you the recipe at the very least so you could see it. And it's delicious. Highly recommend it. Go for it. Go make you one after the show, though. Wait until after the show. But so let's talk about what's going on in Vegas right now. So the Miracle Mile shops have, been under construction. They built the Miracle Mile shop back in the 2000s, but it was the Desert Passage at that point in time in 2000. And then in 2007, they changed the name to Miracle Mile. And it is actually almost done. It's been renovated. And they are saying that the renovations are going to be complete next month. So, we're going to have to go check it out for you guys in July. This is the area, if you guys don't know, that is outside of Paris. It's really beautiful. There's some shops in there. You're going to find a lot of cheap foods, great 3-for-1 drinks. You get not 3-for-1, but you get 3 drinks for $12. Welcome in, Kissy Cat. Thank you for joining us. Happy Sunday. This place is great, right? We love going through there. We walk through there a lot when we're live, as long as we're not buffering. But we love the Miracle Mile shops. And they've been renovating it. The last time we were there, they were redoing the floors, putting new floors down. They were painting the ceilings, and they were adding new seating and whatnot. And so that's supposed to be done next month. So by the time we get there in July, we should be able to go through there and film it in the Shelly McBay. I liked Mike doing that. Would love to see that each live. I appreciate the feedback, Shelly. Thank you. And welcome in, Sherry. Sherry is watching us on Facebook. We've got a couple of people watching us from there. So thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate that. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Don't forget, we are also on Spotify. So if you ever miss a show and you want to listen to us while you are driving to work, you can catch us on Spotify. All of our podcasts are there and available. So check that out if you'd like. But the Miracle Mile shops, they are going to have 2 shows now. Right outside the V Theater, they're going to have a light show, and it's going to have the Earth, space, moon kind of show that's going to be reflected off of the water of some sort. I don't know if it's a waterfall, so I'm just imagining something like the wind has, but we'll see. But I think this is going to be fun, right? People are always asking for fun, free things, way to pass your time when you're in Vegas. During the summer, we all walk through the different shopping areas to cool down. So I think this is a great idea. I can't wait. Thank you, Deanna. She likes the drinks with Mike. Thank you. Appreciate that. I love the feedback, guys. So this is just another great free thing to do when you're in Vegas, right? It's just to walk through there. They've got a lot of shopping. They got a lot of restaurants there. and they're going to have two different shows. One is going to be called the Rain Show, and then the other one is called Element. Those are supposed to be opening up the first week of June. So by the time we get there in July, we should be able to film that and kind of get a feel for what that is. Again, that's exciting news, right? I like it when they update things and they renovate things. Don't necessarily like it when they tear down things because the old Vegas vibe goes away. But the Miracle Mile shop definitely needed some tender love and care. We talked about the tower at Bally's. It's turning into it. They're now going to be part of Paris. So that whole area is going to be looking pretty spiffy, right? And they've got those rooms. This is going to be their higher tier level rooms with the balconies. That's a plus. Cosmo. Thank goodness people are following their lead with like Cosmo, and they're going to reopen up the balconies there. So that'll be great to see. I like those types of renovations when they do happen. Um, so let's talk about the A's. Here's the latest for you guys. It looks like we talked about it last week. They're gonna be where the Tropicana is. They're gonna tear that down, and they're gonna build a stadium right there on the corner. They actually sent out letters to their employees this week, letting them know that it'll be 18 to 24 months before that whole transparency, the whole thing will transpire. That they probably have their jobs 18 to 24 months out from now, and apparently that may not be the case. So originally, when the A's were coming to Vegas, they asked for $500 million in public funding, which basically is stating taxes, right? So locals, your taxes will go up. Our resort fees or our taxes that we pay when we come in, they're going to go up. So they were originally asking for $500 million to move to Vegas, and then they dropped it down to 395 because no one was actually biting at the that cost. Kelly says $5 from Kelly Bell. Lemon character takes his sunglasses off and raises his arm and grates one, imitated by Baby Lemon. That's awesome, Kelly Bell. I hope you're having a great day. I appreciate you coming in and joining us. Uh, so the A's now are scrambling because they only got approved for $195 million. And we know it's going to cost them a lot more money to build the stadium and to do all of these things. So, as far as we know right now, it's still up in the air. They've got 20 days. Well, I guess it's about 17 days now to you know, a, come to crossroads and to reach an agreement before legislative goes into summer session. And so if that doesn't happen, we would still, this may be up in the air over the summertime. We may not know where the Oakland A's are going to. So we'll have to stay tuned for that. Like I told y'all last week, I reported what was going on, but I wanted you to also know and be very aware that it's not, I would say, until they break ground somewhere, let's not count on the A's being anywhere. But honestly, I mean, do we want the Oakland A's? Because the more I'm thinking about this, and I love baseball, maybe Vegas just needs to build their own new team. We need a whole new team. We need a whole new vibe, right? Don't not bring a team in from California. That's April's opinion. You heard it here first. But I just think it might be better for them to have their own team, start from scratch, build it somewhere else, and then we could just not worry about the Oakland A's and all this back and forth drama that is going on with them. April, that was a super chat. Oh, I did not see. It doesn't come up as a super chat. I am so sorry, Kelly. I appreciate it. So the $5 super chat, you're so sweet. I did not see that. It did not come up my screen as that. It came up as a normal chat. So I do apologize. But thank you so much for supporting us. You guys are great. We love it. Love having you in here every week. Love getting to see you guys on other YouTube channels and chatting with y'all during the week. Um, but so if they're not going to do the Tropicana and the Rio has been thrown out there and then brought back and said no, welcome in, Robert. I appreciate you joining us. Where would you like to see the A's? Drop them in the comments here. I'm curious to see if let's just say the A's, any baseball team is coming to Vegas. Do we really want to see them put a stadium on the strip? Do we want to see it a block or two off the strip? I understand it needs to be within walking distance. Most people don't like to rent cars when they come there. But let me know your thoughts. I'm going to read through them here. I'm just wondering how I think it would be better off the strip a couple of blocks away and not be right there on that corner. The minor league team in Vegas is never talked about. And that is interesting, Kissy Cat, because what they are saying is if the Oakland A's and Nevada can come in to welcome in James, can come to an agreement, they are actually going to consider, because it'll be 2027 until the stadium is ready. So they're going to be playing where the minor league team is playing. And I don't think that's fair at all. Vegas has a good NHL team. They are in the finals. They are in the finals. I think that's the Golden Knights, right? So they are doing really, really well. I'm all for bringing baseball. Don't get me wrong. Bring baseball. Bring them on. We love all the sports. Welcome. Look at this. Sean S. 499 super chat. Dude, you are awesome. The cost of red tape of a new MLB charter would be many-fold over bringing. Oh, that makes sense. An established team. So, all right. So that's why they have to bring the established team in. So, okay, bring us the A's, but let's not put them on the corner of a busy, busy strip. Let's not tear down the Tropicana. How about we just renovate the Tropicana? I mean, that was the happening place back in the day. And I would be so upset. And I know they wouldn't put it where the Flamingo is. Obviously, it's not a good location. But I'd be really upset if they tore down the Flamingo for a ballpark. Valerie, you agree off the strip? I think so too. I like kind of where T-Mobile Arena is set, Allegiant Stadium. The strip parking is awful. It is, right? And you have to pay to park and then you're walking. I don't think it's a good idea. That's my opinion. And I will tell you something interesting this week that I saw a lot of people complaining about as far as their stays in Vegas right now. It's springtime. Do you know what springtime means? This means bugs. This means bugs, 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 guys. It's anywhere, everywhere. It's not just in Vegas. This is not a problem just in Vegas. There's another problem in Vegas that they were complaining about, but we'll talk about that in a second. Vegas is not this like magical city that's under a bubble and that the normal things that happen everywhere else don't happen there, because they do. Let's see. Welcome in, Hank Reardon. Hey, y'all, only have a second to drop in and to like and say hi. Have a great night. Thank you, Hank, and thank you for hitting the thumbs up button. I appreciate that. Hope you have a great week, and we'll get to see you sometime, hopefully this next Sunday. Vegas just lost the bid for a pro soccer team. They chose San Diego. I am glad. There you go, Kissy Cat. Look at her. She's giving us all the sports news. So people were complaining about the bugs and grasshoppers and moths being on the south end of the strip, being in their hotel rooms. And I get that, right? I still don't know how grasshoppers are getting in hotel rooms, but they were complaining that there were moths all in their rooms, and they would go downstairs and complain. And this was on multiple forums by multiple people. So it wasn't just one person. And they would put them in a new room and there would be moths in that room as well. Guys, you're on the south end of the strip. You are going to get the moths. Let me tell you why. The Luxor, the big light, right? They attract bugs. The lights attract bugs, especially that bright light. So can you imagine if they put the stadium there? If they put the stadium on the other side, it's going to be worse too. But I think it's funny that people come to Vegas and expect it to be perfect. They expect their rooms to be perfect. They expect this extravagant, bougie experience. Guys, it's Vegas, right? It is no different than anywhere. It's no different than you traveling to Chicago, to New York. You're going to get what you pay for. And there are not going to be these freshly painted walls and brand new furniture every time you go, right? It's just not going to happen. The amount of money and time that would take for these hotels to stay up to that speed and make it look brand new all year round is just insane to me, to think people would want or think that that's what they're getting when they come to Vegas, because you're not. These turnover in these rooms are tremendous. People are in and out of these hotels. These hotels are at 60% maximum occupancy almost all of the time. On the weekends, Thursday through Monday, they're at 100% capacity. So you're going to see these types of things. The airport too. Yeah. So the airport is under major construction, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But here's my thought. You're coming to Vegas. It is the entertainment capital of the world. It is also known for Sin City. It didn't get its name for that for no reason, right? People come in, they have a good time. It is a party city. We all let loose. Some of us get Vegased over. That's what Mike likes to say. It looks like they got Vegas over Vegas. That's what he calls it, over Vegas. It happens. You know these things are going to happen. It doesn't matter if you're in Vegas. It doesn't matter if you're in Chicago. These things happen, right? There's not this bubble over Vegas that says these types of things are not going to happen while you are visiting, right? So deal with it. It's springtime. It's bugs. If you go in your backyard, you probably have bugs. It's just the way it is. Deal with it. Have fun. Go with it. Roll with it, and just have a good time. Tracy in Arizona, grasshoppers are taking over going on here too. They are. They're everywhere. It's that time of year. Spring and fall is the only decent weather in Vegas. Kissy Cat, I'm going to tell you, depending on what you think fall is, when we were there in September, we were miserable. It was the hottest it has ever been, and we go in July every year. So I don't know when you consider fall. Maybe October. October to February is good weather. I just watched a documentary this morning about Vegas underground tunnel communities. Now, if you're talking about the moles, that's what they call them. That's not my word, not at all. They do have these underground communities there, right? But I guarantee you that's probably a lot of places. We just don't know about it. The reason why it's prevalent in Vegas is because it doesn't rain as often, so they can live under there for a certain amount of time before getting pushed out for monsoon season and those types of things. But um, it breaks my heart. And I actually, it last two, no, I think it was this past July. There was this one homeless person that really broke my heart. And the fact that and it's not that they broke my heart, but it hurt my heart to see them. This kid was probably 16, 17 years old. You could tell he had not been on the streets very long. He was still pretty fresh looking. Um, and I just wanted to scoop him up and bring him home and help him get back on track. And Mike was like, "This is not safe. You cannot do this." And I'm like, "But we have our car, And I know I was way overthinking it. And but it just breaks my heart because people get there and they get caught up. They gamble all their money, and things happen. But I really did get worried about it. Phil Bogo Slots just got home from work. April and Mike, I hope you are both doing well. We are doing great. Phil, thank you for joining us. You know what, guys? We met Phil in February. He was a lot of fun. We met him up at the Slot Lizards, and then later on we ran into him on the strip. He's a great guy. You should check out his channel. He's a slot channel as well. So you should check him out if you're not subscribed. He was super nice when we met him. No taking home the lost boys. That's what we called them. It just broke my heart because you could tell he hadn't been there very long. And I was hoping and thinking, and I still pray for him all the time, hoping that he's doing okay because we have yet to seen him. I think we saw him once since we've been back, and I hadn't seen him since then. Sounds like you have a good heart. Kelly, I have a good heart, and I like to believe in people and the good of people. And you have my trust until you don't have trust anymore. And sometimes Mike has to remind me that that's not how the world works. And he looked like he was probably 16, 17 years old. But anyways, that's a whole nother subject. And so there is a whole community. It's the mole. They call it the mole city. It's underground. It's very prevalent in that area. So, it is a thing. When will your guys' next Vegas trip? Maybe I can take a day trip out to hang out with you. You know what, Brian? I think that's a great idea. Mike misses working with you every day. So we are leaving Texas on July 15th. We are due in July 17th in Vegas, and we'll be there till the 24th. So text Mike and let him know. And guys, if any of you are there while we're there, let us know. Drop us a comment on Facebook. Our email is on our About page. We would love to meet up and meet some of you guys. Wednesday night and Saturday nights are already dedicated because we do go to the Slot Lizards and we're going to hang out with Jay. A lot of people are going to be in town that same week. Robin T, NES. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Kim's going to be there. 5K is going to be there. So it's going to be fun. That is, like I said, I think we get there on the 17th. Maybe it's the 16th of July, and we'll be there through the 24th. So if you're going to be in Vegas at that time, we would love to meet you. Just go to our About page, send us an email, and let us know that you're going to be there. and we can do that. But going back to the complaints that I'm seeing on Facebook. So they're complaining that the moths and the grasshoppers are bad. And um, there are also people are like, oh, there was a shooting last night, yesterday at Treasure Island, right? And it was just on, it was not inside the hotel. It was nothing affiliated with it, but just to kind of give you a proximity of where it is. I'm looking at a trip around that time. Oh, Sherry, that would be great. You're my lucky charm. So I hope you do come to Vegas. I would love to meet up with you. Sherry and I played slots one night, guys, and if you haven't seen it, I hit the major at the Longhorn, which is why we love the Longhorn. And Sherry was my good luck charm. So you have to go check out that video if you haven't seen it. So yes, Sherry, let us know. You've got our information if you're going to be in town. But there was a shooting yesterday, around the Treasure Island area, out on the Strip, and now everybody is panicking, saying that, oh, should I change my plans? Is Vegas safe? I don't think Vegas is safe. Mike, make sure and bring Brian back. There you go, Gracie. Just throw him in the trunk and we'll hog time and bring him back to Texas with us. Um, but it amazes me that people are complaining or worried about coming to Vegas. April, do you stop along the way or drive straight? We actually do stop. We stop in the Grand Canyon area. We spend the night and then we go into Vegas the next day. We've got a big plans for that area. Well, as we get closer and I get everything ironed out, I'll let y'all know which we're going to be doing so you can catch us either live or watch our videos. It's going to be a lot of fun. I didn't realize the amount of stuff that we could do that we've missed out on the last 2 years stopping in Williams and the Grand Canyon area. But the amount of people that were now stating they want to cancel their trip coming to Vegas and that they're worried about it. Two hookers killed a guy at Caesars last week. There you go, Kissy Cat. There you go. It happens everywhere, though, guys. It's not just Vegas, right? Don't cancel your trips. Don't fall to this fear. Don't don't let the mean, cruel stuff going on in this world drive how you are, who you are, or what you want to do. Just be smart. Be smart and be safe, right? If it happens, I'm the firm believer, and I don't really want to get into politics, but when it's your time, it's your time, right? Go out, have fun. Vegas is not this just, you know, extravagant city that crime doesn't happen in, or there are no bugs, or you're not going to, get bad service. It happens anywhere and everywhere you go. We have crime here in Dallas just as well as in Vegas. So I don't encourage anybody to change their trip plans, right? What I encourage you to do is be aware of your surroundings. Have a great time, enjoy life, be aware of your surroundings. Take care of yourself. Know where you're at all times and know how to get to safety if you need to be, right? It's just one of those things. There is no safe part of Vegas if you aren't smart about being here. I agree with you, Shawness. That's everywhere in the city. That's any city, anywhere in the USA. You are not 100% safe anywhere you go, but you can't live your life boxed up and worried all the time. Houston is riskier, laugh out loud. Kissy Cat, I forget that you are in Houston. Um, so just the amount of people that are canceling their trips coming to Vegas due to this shooting, it's just, to me, go have fun, just be aware of your surroundings, always be alert, watch where you're at, watch, if you get the weird vibe, leave. If you're not feeling it, just leave. We were there to July of last year when they had the suspicious shooter. Turned out it wasn't a shooter. It was just somebody throwing a rock, but we were there and it was scary. And I was actually in the bathroom, and we talked about this, but for those of you who haven't heard, I was actually in the bathroom and we were filming for YouTube because we were launching in August. So we were filming. I had to go to the bathroom. We were in South Planet Hollywood. So Mike had both phones. I went to the bathroom and, typical normal idea. I'm going to go to the bathroom and then I'm going to come back out and he's going to be sitting at the same machine. So I didn't have my phone. All of a sudden, people are yelling, there's a shooter. Security guards are ushering us everywhere. And I didn't have my phone. So I don't go anywhere now when we're in Vegas. If I go to the bathroom, if I'm going up to the bar to get a drink, if I need to go up to the room and get something, I don't go without my phone because I made that mistake, right? I'll never do that again. But the amount of people that are just wanting to cancel their vacations and thinking that Vegas is this horrible place, it's not, guys. You could go to Chicago, you could go anywhere in the US. You can go to LA and saying these things happen everywhere. Go to Vegas. It is so much fun. Don't cancel your trips and don't have this perception that Vegas is in a bubble and it's not the normal world out there that we live in. Don't get sloppy drunk. There you go, Kelly Bo. That's a great example, right? Don't get sloppy drunk. And this way you can be completely aware of your surroundings. You can still have fun. You don't have to, go and get Vegas over Vegas, as Mike says. Just have a good time. At Pop Up and Any Slots, hello. Welcome in, Melbourne Slots. I'm glad that you are here this evening. Hello, my friend. Happy Sunday. I appreciate that. I love it. I love it. So, LA Dodgers fan, I see there on your icon. We were just talking about the A's coming to Vegas earlier. Just a little bit interesting there. Uh, what else we got? Oh, let's talk about the construction update on the strip and the airport so that everybody is still aware. That has not been resolved. They were supposed to be done by May 19th. They're around the strip area for the construction for Formula One. Um, Everything I'm reading, it is still going on. They are major delayed in getting that completed. So if you've planned your trip and you're going anytime soon, just remember there's a ton of construction going on. The airport, Harry Reid International Airport, is under major construction. They do this about every 15 to 17 years. They have to re-tarmac and repave the tarmacs and do things like that. Make sure you're up to code. That is delayed as well. So just be aware, flying into Vegas, coming into Vegas is not that big of a deal. But when you are leaving, give yourself enough time to get to the airport and fly out. It's normally a 2 hour is what they're telling you. Guys, I would give yourself 2.5 to 3 hours right now from what I am reading all over the news and watching the news channels. You act like a victim, you just might become one. I agree with you, Kissy Cat. That's why always know where you are, act like you know where you are, be aware of your surroundings, and have a good time all at the same time. You can do that. But if you're flying out of the airport anytime soon, if you're flying home from Vegas, be aware that the TSA lines are super backed up because some of the terminals are closed. And so then, what those normal security lines that are open are closed. So they're pushing them all through. I think you only have two right now, two areas, two terminals that that have TSA open. Be aware. Don't be the person that gets left behind. And if you don't make your flight and it's because you didn't get through security in time or you're not at the gate in time, they're not going to refund your money. That is on you. So definitely add more time to your travel when you're getting ready to go home. Brian, my brother-in-law and I were looking at tickets for F1 and the minimum price was around $6,000 to $7,000. Well, Brian, let me tell you what we got in the mail this week. Actually, it was an email uh, from MGM. They offered us 4 days, 3 nights at the Bellagio, 4 tickets to the grandstand there that they're going to be building on the actual over the fountains itself. And for us, it was going to be $3,600 per person to go to the event itself. Do I think that would be fun? Absolutely. Do I think it'd be a great video and wonderful content for our channel here? Absolutely. Because I'm not paying that amount of money. I just cannot do it. I'm not going to pay $7,000 for both of us to go to the Formula One experience. I love having great experiences. I don't mind paying for them, but that's a little bit over my budget for going to Vegas. We'd have to rent a car again, and B, the flights to Vegas are, guys, they're just absolutely outrageous during that time. I'm just so excited for the bullet train. I know, Melvin, we talked about that a couple of episodes ago, probably about 4 or 5 episodes ago. The bullet train is going to be awesome when they have that up and running because that's going to bring you straight to Vegas. A little over, I think, 90 minutes is what they were quoting. They've already started the construction on that. So that's a great way to get back and forth. And then you don't have to worry about flying. And I'll be honest with you, that's why we're not flying. I don't want to deal with the airport. I don't want to deal with paying extra money for my airline ticket. First flight is always best. We fly at 6:50 a.m. Kissy Cat, you must be my inner soul twin or something because we do the same thing. Always take the first flight out. when we leave Vegas. This way, if something happens and we have to roll over, our flight gets canceled or delayed, we have more opportunities to get out throughout the day. We are the same way. And the lines at TSA are much shorter at that time. I think they are going to find people are not going to pay those big bucks for the F1. Sherry, I hope you're right, right? I hope that you're right and that they lowered the tickets there. Um, I'm thinking people are going to be scalping tickets, and that's going to be, hit or miss, right? Whether or not you're really going to get what you pay for. Are you really going to get those tickets once you arrive in Vegas? And the amount of money that people are going to charge for this experience is absolutely crazy. I think it's their first year. It's the inaugural year for it. So I think they probably will get what they're asking for. But I think, and I'm hoping over the years, the price will come down. So by the time we get to year 3, 4, and 5, because it's a 10-year contract with Vegas, maybe the prices will come down over time. And some of us normal folks can go and enjoy it, because I'm not a high roller and I'm not going to spend that amount of money in Vegas just for this experience. The flights were astronomical for us to fly this July. It was double than what we paid last time we flew. So I'm not doing it. I'm not giving into it. I'm just going to hop in my car. We rented a car. It was way cheaper, and we're going to have fun. We're going to take our little road trip, and there's so much more we can do on the way. Now, coming back is a different story because Mike likes to drive straight back. When we come, he goes straight through. We don't stop anywhere. Once he is over Vegas and he is tired and he wants to get home, he just hits the road. And it takes us 21 hours, give or take, and he drives straight through. We do have bathroom stops, and we do eat here and there. But as far as stopping the sightseeing, we don't do that on the way. But we do it going out to Vegas. We just don't do it at home. By that time he wants to get home, we want to rest. And I have a question for you guys. When you go on vacation, do you take an extra day of vacation for when you get back? So we normally don't do this. We normally just come back and then the next day we go back to work, right? And we decided this time around we are actually taking the next day off so that we can get back in the time zone. Not that it's that different, but actually relax and unwind from our vacation, which sounds really silly because when you're on vacation, you're relaxing. Yes. But we're going to go ahead and take the next day off so that we can recoup, especially because he wants to drive straight back. Let's get those likes in for Mike and April. I appreciate that, DG Productions, and welcome in. Welcome in. I do appreciate it. All right, guys, what else y'all got? Cat Small. I hope to get to Vegas one day, but I'm afraid of flying. We'll have to get over that because we live. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. That would be you would have to fly, right? Yeah, you'd have to fly. It's really not that bad if you can get over the fear. Take some Benadryl. Once you get to your gate, take some Benadryl. I'll tell you, when I was having to fly to Saudi and Dubai into the Middle East for my old job, I always had an Ambien. I would get a sample from my doctor, and when I was traveling like that, I actually would take an Ambien while I was on the plane, and to help me sleep because I was really nervous about being over the water for that amount of time. But that's just me. But maybe you can find something that'll help you sleep while you're on the plane, and that wouldn't be as bad. I usually take an extra day just in case of flight delays. I usually have to transfer flights. Yeah, Phil, I don't think there's a straight flight for you. And that makes sense. Last time we were in Vegas, we did not take that extra day, and our flight, it was so windy, it got canceled. So we ended up staying an extra night. We usually get an extra day to avoid the traffic. Yep. Same thing, right? And if you've never been to Vegas and you're wondering when you should go, I highly recommend going Monday through Thursday and definitely doing that. Cat Small, look at this. I so appreciate the super chat. A purple cat. What does that mean? Did I miss something? Oh, it's the super sticker. Oh, I get it. It's the sticker. Okay. Sorry, guys. I can't see what those are on there. Thank you, Cat Small. I appreciate that very much. I know I mispronounced your name a couple of times. I was saying meow, cat's meow, but it's Cat Small. Do you have a whole lot of cats? Is that why that's your handle? Kelly Bell, I go into work at the liquor store after 5 days of Vegas debauchery, and it feels like dying. I bet, right? So you work and then, oh my, I can't even imagine. That would be like going to Vegas, working in the casino or, playing in a casino and then turning around the next day and having to go to work in a casino. I don't think I would do that. I would need something way stronger because I don't fly. Which I see you are not that far. You could drive, you could rent a car. Maybe you could meet Mike and I. We will be in Vegas soon. We'll also be at the Grand Canyon in the Williams area. I would love to meet you someday. You have been such a great supporter. You have been with us from day one, and I appreciate it. A lot of you have, and I appreciate all of it. You have no idea how much we do appreciate you guys. All right. So, guys, I hope you have a wonderful week. We are going to wrap up our show tonight. Um, we appreciate all the love and support. Again, you can check us out on Facebook for this podcast. You can also check us out on Spotify. We're obviously here on YouTube. We're also on TikTok, Instagram, if you want to just check out shorts and small videos or blurps of funny things that we might post there. We appreciate all the love and support. We've had a great time doing this. I hope you enjoyed episode 15. I definitely did. I enjoyed the segment with Mike and his drinks. Drop your comments below if you liked it. And it's okay if you didn't. Let us know, right? We want to make sure that we get a little bit of something that everybody likes. But I enjoyed having him on camera and role switching for a little bit, role reversal there. It was a lot of fun, babe. You did a great job. Anyways, guys, have a great week. We will see you next Sunday for episode 16 of April Plugged In or Plugged In with April. Got to get my own name right. And anyway, so we will see you next Sunday, I hope. And you guys have a great week and take care. And we will see you then. Thank you for watching. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out.
This has been a Mike and April studio production.
It shows we are still live, baby. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, we are still live, guys. I so apologize for that, but we're glad if you're still here. Have a great week. This is fun. You got 13 people still watching, baby. I'm going to drink my mojito while you can do that. We're having studio difficulties, guys. Do hope you have a wonderful week, though.